This week on Machinery Pete TV, harvest and grain handling equipment is our focus, and at the top of the sale bill is this very clean 6140 combine. Pete looks at the top prices for the Case IH 89 series, and on its third generation, this Minneapolis Moline gets a major makeover.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. Hey folks, welcome to Machinery Pete TV. Now, I know the last couple harvest seasons have been a pain in the you-know-what. Well, we're going to move past that today and feature some excellent condition harvest equipment here on this farm retirement auction in Tarkio, Missouri. Now, before we watch the shiny stuff sell, we got to throw it back to the studio, catch up on the latest farm equipment news.
Thanks, Greg. I'm Clinton Griffiths. Optimism around a trade agreement with China helping push markets higher to end the year. Soybeans hitting their highest prices since 2018. Meanwhile, China already restarting bean purchases. In November, China imports of soybeans surged to a 20-month high following the announcement of a trade deal. Soybean imports more than doubled the October pace and were the highest since March of 2018 when trade tensions were starting to ratchet up. So far, China's total commitments this marketing year stand at 10.5 million tons. A year ago, it was only 2 million tons.
Another new high for March soybeans. What's been the driver there? In the past 24 days, we've rallied 67 cents.
A quick check of trade aid shows that as of late December, USDA's Farm Service Agency has paid more than $10.7 billion to farmers. The top 5 states to see these MFP 2.0 payments: Iowa, Illinois, Texas, Minnesota, and Kansas. Ag Secretary Sonny Perdue recently saying a possible third round of MFP payments may still happen after the first of the year. And that optimism around a U.S.-China trade deal helping push oil prices to their highest mark in more than 3 months. Brent crude topping out at just under $68 a barrel last week following an American Petroleum report showing lower U.S. inventories than traders expected. Brent has rallied 25% in 2019, thanks in part to supply cuts by OPEC and Russia. That's it for news. Now let's check some recent auction prices from around the country. All right, let's send it back to Machinery Pete.
Hey, stay with us, folks. Tell you what, if you like clean gravity wagons and grain carts, we've got a pair for you today. 2007 Brent 644 and a 2012 Unverfurth 6225. These things are about as clean as I've ever seen. Hey folks, I'm here with Krista Murphy. And Krista, beautiful day here, sale day morning, sun is shining. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. It's for December, you can't get any better.
Yeah, and for a Minnesota boy like me, heck, this is balmy.
Yes, yes it is.
It's very nice. Now, must have been a little challenging with the harvest conditions this year, getting ready.
We stressed a lot, but it worked out in the end. It usually always does.
How about the months leading up to sale day here, the work involved? How would you describe that process?
Well, Mike did a lot. He thought he was going to have kind of a leisurely summer, but when we decided to do this and getting all the planning, why, he worked.
Krista, I got to ask you, auctioneer Mark Younger told me how clean this stuff was. And I hear that a lot, but when I come down and see it, it's like, wow. He wasn't kidding. This stuff is like new. Tell me about Mike and his. Now you told me you were worried about his shoulders.
Well, I've had tennis elbow and golfers, and I do neither because they just wear out. And I just say yours are going to wear out doing all this shining, but they don't tend to. So I hope they stay.
And you're not. Now I understand. Again, you guys both have been getting job offers to help people clean their machinery.
I'll buy the glass cleaner. He can do the work. That's what he uses a lot. So.
Well, the last 4 Unverferth 6225 grain carts I've seen sold at auction, folks, average price $16,425. But I don't think any of them were as clean as this 2012 model that we're going to watch sell on today's sale.
I to damn halibut here now, but down to get $11,000 bill. If can be here now, but down to get 11, $10,000 here now, but 11,000. 10 to be down 11, 12. Now $1,000 bill. 11's on, take 12. I'm here down to the internet down 13,000. 8 to be a bit of 14 here, 14,000. 15, here to here, 15,000 bill. I'm 15 here, 15. 15, we're talking about a whole different creature here. 14, 15,000, down 5, down 15, down again, 15,000, I have 14,5, down 15,000, $15,000 bill, 15 pound of it down here, 15 here, 15 here, 15 down 5, 15, 5, a bit of here, go from here to 15, 5, 15,500, 15 here, but about 5 here to 15, 5, 15 pound, a bit about here to 5 to 15, 5, $15,000 bill, from here to here, $25,000 card, boys. Do the math. 15,500. I'm £15 5 here to 1.5. 15 pound 5 here to here, 15,500. I have 15,000, take 250. 15,250. 15. Five. Sold 14,250.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale.
Some down 250 I have. Some down 250. Want it? Sold it. 7,000 even right there, going to a good pair again. 24,750. Sold for 24,500. You want a boat, gentlemen? Is and is. You want a boat?
It's this one right here.
Back up bidder. I'm going to give you the option. You want the other one? What's your number?
4,500. First one's always a cheap
182. Takes the other one. They're gone. I'm here for 21,500 I have. 21,500. 21,500 I have. Sold the head fee for 21,000 even. Put them on number 102. Need $12,000. You're done. Going to be done. I'm going to be doing half. I'm going to be doing half. Put down to be going to be doing half. Put down to be going to be doing half. I have. Sold $4,000 even up here, but I'm a higher number.
Your next piece of equipment is on MachineryPete.com. Search equipment from dealerships across the country to find what you're looking for. Only on MachineryPete.com.
Hey folks, I'm here in Seneca, Kansas at Heritage Tractor. Fantastic open house, grand opening here. I'm with Kurt Miller, Director of Used. I know I was talking to some folks here at the Seneca location, which is a new location for you guys?
Correct, yep.
And you're up to how many now? Stores?
22 locations, yep.
And your footprint is?
So it goes from Nebraska all the way down to Arkansas. We've got dealerships in 3 states, and we have territory in 5 states: Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma.
Planter sales here in Seneca been really strong here in 2019.
Yeah, I think they've sold, I believe, 12 or 13 new planters, which was a really good year for this one location, and they've had a really good results on the used side already. So I believe half of them are already sold. So yeah, really good results on the planter side.
And how would you describe 2019 in general, Kurt, used equipment market?
I would say, as far as used equipment goes and sales, it seems like more customers are focused on buying used. Definitely more customers in 2019 than they were in 2016 or 17. So I think the used equipment, it's good in 2019. We think it'll continue in 2020. The new sales, we had a good October and November in new sales. We're seeing some good results right now, so we're happy about it. Our strategy is really, our owners really want to sell to the local customer. We want that local customer to buy from us so we can service them, buy their parts here, and just get that full service out of our dealerships. And we feel that's a good plan for us, and we've seen some good results from that. And so that's what we do. We aggressively price that stuff and really want to sell to our local customers. And we sell all over, but we want to sell local.
Hey folks, welcome back to Tractor Tales. We're in Helena, Oklahoma, here with David Shepard. And David, you have mostly John Deere tractors in your collection, approximately 60, but one very special Moline. Why don't you tell us about it?
This was my grandfather's tractor, and then passed it down to my uncle, and I purchased it from my uncle a few years ago. And I took it and had it restored, and that was their haying tractor.
Okay. What was your grandpa's name?
Jess Cronin.
Okay. Do you know, David, did he buy it new or used, or?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If it was new or used.
So you had it restored. What kind of condition was it in before you restored it?
It was a bad shape. It had sat out a lot of years.
Sure.
Motors were stuck, and we redone it.
Okay.
It runs really nice now.
Now, who did you guys have do the restoration work?
No, I had a neighbor do this tractor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed with a lot of some of your other tractors, David, in your collection, the family history piece seems to be very important. Why don't you talk about that? In this case, your grandpa, but keeping that family history alive with these tractors, is that?
Yeah, that's, I grew up watching all these tractors work in the field, and I run a lot of them. I mean, we run. It's just a part of history to me, and just I enjoy trying to keep them alive. And I feel like maybe I've saved a few of these from going to the scrap iron.
Hey, stay tuned, folks. Coming up, the feature item, the highlight of our harvest episode, a really sharp 2015 Case IH 6140 combine, 1,105 engine hours. No other cornhead works like a Drago or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see how you can justify owning a Drago on ROI alone. Well, folks, the last 3 Case IH 6140 combines I've seen sold at auction went between $154,000 and $168,500. Now, each of those had under 900 engine hours on it. And today, our feature item, boy, this thing is clean. A 15 model 6140, 1,105 engine hours, 695 step hours.
120, now 30, 120, here to 30, 130, 130, 120, now 30,000, 30 here, now 35, now 30, 40, you didn't make the cut, now 40, 140, you're on 130, down 40, 140 here to 140, 140, now 40, but 140, down 40, 140 here, 140 here, 140 here to 140, 140 here to 140, 40, now 50, 100 here, happy here, now had a $150,000 bill, 540 here, happy here, now had a $150,000 bill, 140, now here, give me 145, Bob. 145,000. $145,000 bill. 140 now. 145. 140. Now 5. Now 50. Now 150. 150. 150,000. If you're looking for a way to kind of reduce some tax load, this is it. I have 145. Give me 150. 47.50. Now 50. 150,000. 150,000. 150,000. 150,000. 150,000. 8, now 5, now 50. Give me 50, Bruce. I'm going to be here, 50. 150. 150 here, 49. 50. 150, give me 50. Now 50, Minnesota's back. 50. Now 50 here, 150. Want it? I'm here, now 50 here, but 150. 50 here, but 150. Now 1. 150 here, 1 here, 50. Now 1 to be at 1 down. 100 here, 1 here, 150, 1,000 here. Now 2. Now 2. Now 2. Now 2. 152, you want it? Now 2. Now 2 to be, get 2, 3. Now 3. 53. 153,000. Now 2. Now 3. Now 3. 3 to be, down, 3. 153,000 about a half. 153,000 about a half going once. $153,000 bill going twice. 153,000 about a half. Internet's out. 153,000, yes or no? 153,000 bit over here, a half. Sold for $153,000. Put on number 80 straight.
Well, folks, you know the saying, patience is a virtue? Tell you what, it sounds trite, but it is very true when it comes to the used equipment market. And our feature item on the sale today, this 2015 Case IH 6140 Combine, 1,105 engine hours. The buyer, Heath from Central Missouri, told me he'd been looking for the right used combine for 3 years. And I tell you what, I think he got a pretty darn good buy today here at $152,000. Well, this beautiful Case IH 8920 two-wheel drive with only 650 hours on it sold on a farm auction November 30th in South Central Wisconsin. Folks, it went for $86,000. That's the second highest auction price I've ever seen on a two-wheel drive 8920. The highest price? Well, here's a picture of it. $92,000 for this 97 model with 614 hours on it. Sold on a July 11th, 2015 farm auction in South Central Minnesota. Now the highest auction price on any 8920 ever? Well, that was this mechanical front wheel drive model, a 97 with 1,641 hours on it. Sold on a farm auction in Northeast Wisconsin way back on February 20th, 2012. $96,000. Now, if we stay on this topic, the highest auction prices I've ever seen on the 8900 series Magnums, well, if we talk 8910, the highest auction price there is $65,000, and that was on a December 13th, 2008 farm auction in Southeast Iowa for a 98 model with 1,698 hours on it. That was a two-wheel drive. Highest auction price ever on an 8930, here's a picture of it, $84,500. For this 98 model with 2,990 hours on it, mechanical front. It sold on a farm auction in Northwest Iowa, and this was November 10th of 2012. Highest auction price ever on an 8940? Well, there's a tie, two of them at $92,000. Now here's a picture of one that sold July 24th, 2014, farm auction Southeast South Dakota for $92,000. 97 model, 2,675 hours on it. And we rounded out with 8950s, highest auction price ever, $90,000 for this 1998 model with 3,325 hours on it. Sold on a March 1st, 2014 farm auction in Northwest Pennsylvania. Hey folks, thanks for joining us on Machinery Pete TV today in Tarkio, Missouri. Always great fun to come back to the Show Me State. And today we showed you some great harvest equipment. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Now remember, you can hang out with me anytime throughout the week, folks, at machinerypete.com. Catch up on our latest blogs and videos, the latest action around the country. And until then, we'll see you back here next week. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com.